board, just so you know.
Yeah.
So folks follow along at home. We covered migrations, and I did some lecture on Monday. And so we're just going to code today. We're going to look at our Recruit Tracker app for vets who code. And yeah, so follow
Okay, I'm going to share
along.
my screen here. Tell me if you can see
I
screen
can.
or is it black?
Nope,
Okay.
I can see it.
All right, so I am running the code now. Okay, let me do the change that I just did.
Go ahead and start the server up and bring up the view, bring up the server view so we can see.
Yes.
Because now what you're seeing there is a different error, and I think you're seeing that when you click the profile link, and that's something that we can deal with. But that's different than what I was.
Okay, so that's where I was confused with.
Yeah, and I thought that because I noticed that error too, but really we can kick that down the road because the profile is, well, I mean, maybe we can fix it now if we want to, but we've still got to filter by user once we
why is this
get that
thing
right.
not going now? I have done made the change to something here.
Well, just you're on /profile still, so just go to /users and it should work.
Okay, so let's see here. All right, so what I did was through here, this link was here, the new user was here, the show and the edit was here. And so the intent of your direction, also I changed this to recruits instead of users. How you doing?
Yeah.
Moving it over, so it was click edit, added all these fields in.
Okay. So now if you go to show,
to put these in.
Right. So if you go to show for that user, okay. So change. See, I was not seeing that on mine locally. So go in and edit and change one of those fields, and then go back to. Well, I don't know. You know what? Go to the show. Let's make sure you go to list of recruits and then click show beside. Yeah, click that show. Okay, that's the same one. Change one of those fields, edit that, and change one of those fields, and click show, and let's make sure it.
So what I want to be able to do here also is, like you're saying, so back to the list of recruits, I didn't put the edit link directly from that page, so I want to add that in there. But as I go to edit, so branch of service goes to, Coast Guard National. Yeah. Coast Guard, just something, right? Update user, and then it just changes.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
Right.
I don't know. I can go back and look at mine and see.
So what I thought you were talking about was, as soon as I get this profile, this is where I start. Like, that's where it blows up for me.
Right. So there's a couple ways I think we could solve that, although I'm not as concerned about that. We can figure that out later. Let's go ahead and let's do this. Let's go ahead and merge this branch. I'll let you merge it with master, and then let's or main. I think the wording has changed.
Yeah, we've changed it to main. So this was your comment. I'm able to update a user, but in the show view, I'm not seeing the updated info. It does show on the index, but not in show. So
so
that's that.
Whatever. If I still see it, if we still see it later, either we can deal with it or whatever. Yeah, go ahead and merge that pull request.
Okay.
And just so we're in a somewhat clean branch. Okay, and then you can go back to your local repo and maybe go to
let's see,
main.
Right, so get branch. So I want to check out.
Yeah, go to main and just do a fresh pull, and you should get those all down.
All right, so let me get this, and then check out main, and then I want to pull that, and then we're there.
Now, why did you do now? Why did you get stash?
I was in there hacking on something, and it had
you had some other changes.
Yeah, okay. It was something that I was trying to solve a problem that didn't need to be solved.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so we're okay there. Let's think about next steps. There's a couple. Well, let's see. Let me think for a second. So yeah, I think we're ready to maybe filter based on user. And so what I'm thinking, so let's just think about it for a bit. So go back to the app and let's go through. Let's just think about what we want it to look like.
So the other, go ahead. Sorry.
So I'm just trying to think. So from a recruit's, let's just focus on what a recruit is going to see. So the idea is there's a recruit would create an account, and then when they sign in, what would they first see? They'd probably see maybe just what we see there.
So what I did, I thought they should be able to see this page. So the edit page.
Well, they do want to see it, but where?
But I guess not. Yeah.
Where are they going to land when they first log in?
I guess this.
Yeah, I mean, then obviously we'll clean it up and add some more stuff. But well, how about this? Let's just limit their view. Let's just leave everything in place the way it is now. Let's just limit their view to only their account.
Okay.
So for instance, when they go to /users, and what you might want to do is create another, if you don't have another user locally, go ahead and create that, because when you go to /users now, do you only see one? You only see one user?
Yeah, I only see one here.
Recruit.
So
so go ahead and create another one just so we can see more than one, and then let's think about how we filter that view based on who's logged in.
Okay, so I don't have a name or anything here.
You want to go ahead and fix that now?
Want to do, yeah, I was thinking, because that was, well, I'm not logged in yet, and that's another one of the things. Like we go from sign up,
so let's
back to log in, but
let's go ahead and fix that. Well, another thing is, yeah, you're seeing log out up there. So you're saying you're not logged in now. If you go to /users,
right?
What do you
so when
see?
I sign up, yeah, let's see here.
I thought it automatically logged you in. Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
so
it does,
automatically logs you in.
It's the redirect to that page, huh?
Well, let's go ahead and so let's fix our logged in as up there. Let's put that should be, should be able to add user.email or user.firstname, whatever we want to put there.
Yeah. So what I have as that is, and that's one of the things that I was. So let me show you here. Like this is, doggone it. No. All right. Let me go back to users and let me go to edit this one. Right. And because there's no names in here, it's only the email. Right.
Okay,
so now if I put,
mm-hmm.
now it's gonna, oh, come on, man. I hit the wrong stinking button. Now it's gonna log in as, right?
Okay. I got you. So that,
and then I added this like ID.
I mean,
right?
First and last name will be that might be something good to do. That might be something easy to do. Let's go ahead and put some validations, and this be a good. We haven't talked about validations yet, but we will. And so now's a good time to. Now might be a good time to address that. Okay. So.
All right.
Validations are basically requirements for certain fields. If we want to make sure users are filling out certain fields, we can add, the Rails has what's called validations on those fields. And again, I'm sure we'll cover this in our LinkedIn profile, but this will be a little bit of a preview for it. Okay. So what I would do here is I would go to Google, and we're going to Google just Rails validate field. And actually, let's do Rails validate required field. Is what we want is required fields here. That's what, pretty sure that's what Rails calls them. And let's just, I like the Stack Overflow. Usually that just tells me exactly what I want rather than having to read the. Okay. So that first Stack Overflow link, that'll probably. Mm-hmm. And then if we go down, and I like that right there. So just copy and paste that. And we're going to put these validations live in our model. So we will go to our users model and def show. So def show should not be in there. I don't know how we ended up with that, but let's remove that. Looks like maybe you thought you were in the controller. And go ahead and paste that validation in. All righty. So what we can do here is as far as required fields go, we can add those in here. Rather than put them all in now, let's just do like first name, last name, and email. And I think we can pass multiple. Yeah, I think we can pass multiple attributes in on one line. So first underscore name, last
like this.
Yep.
Right.
And then comma, and then let's do email.
Okay, and then this should have a comma here.
I think, I don't know, let's see, save it and then refresh your screen, and usually it'll show us an error if there's.
Okay.
Okay, so I would go ahead and log out, and let's create a new user. And now.
Okay. So here is new user.
In fact, yeah, there's another issue we need to address too. I noticed that. So go ahead, and I'm curious to see what you get here. Yeah. Okay.
So we don't have
to do to fix that.
We got to add them. We got to add them here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And the other thing I was going to say is, I don't know, are we checking for multiple emails, or are we checking to make sure there's a unique email being added?
I don't have a uniqueness in the code.
Well, the other thing is the controller. Are we doing it in the controller though? Let's look in the user controller, the create.
So here's the create.
User not new. Yeah, I'll see. All it does is create a user. It doesn't check to see if one's there first or not. I would actually like to do. I sort of like, we could do a uniqueness validation in the model, but I think the right way to do it is actually here at the controller, is to catch it here first. It would probably it would work. It would probably be okay in the model, but I think the convention is to sort of do it in the controller. Let's do this. Let me research that real quick, and then you go ahead and add first name and last name to the sign up field, and then let me look real quick and see, because I think there's a standard way to do that. Okay, so what error are you getting?
The action index could not be found for user's controller.
What did you do prior to getting to this error?
So I took it out of over here, right? There was the show was here.
Yeah.
Why is this thing? I don't know. It says that file is gone, which doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I know I did that, and I added in these form fields.
So go to the root of your app. Well, as far as the URL inside the web browser, just go to localhost 3000. Okay. And then if you do log in, can you log in with an existing user?
So let's see.
Well, rather than
this was the name of this guy.
Sign
right?
up. You're signing up here. I just want to see if you can log in with one of your existing users rather than signing up. In fact, we should change.
Oh, this is log in. Yeah.
Oh, you added. Well, so you probably shouldn't add first name and last name to the login page. First name and last name only should be on the sign up page, right?
Okay. So then let's get this from here. Okay. Where did mistaken views go? So this is, I want, get out of there. I want to undo this. And what I want to do is just copy this guy. Sign up here. Okay. So I want to do this where I want to do this then. Okay, so then I log in here. So then this was, okay. And then so if I go to users here, that's where I get it all.
So yeah, we should be. I'm pretty sure there was an index action in user. I don't know if we lost it. Let me go and look at my. So if you go to users controller.
So I must have switched a branch and not pulled down.
Yeah. So go ahead and let's add that back.
So can I just pull to, so here's where I'm at, all right? So I'm on this, oh, come on. I'm on this branch. I made this branch.
Okay.
What I
thought
didn't
you
do
were
was pull.
in main. So, okay.
Yeah, so I got off of main because I didn't want to make the change. I didn't want to commit the change directly to main. I could definitely do that.
Yeah, well, what I do, I mean, you can go ahead and create a new branch, but you know what you can do is you can make a bunch of changes in main, and then when you're ready to commit them, then you can do checkout -B and then give it a branch name, and then when you push, you know, you actually push to a unique branch.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so instead of changing to the branch, you make the changes, then swap to the branch.
Yeah, and like I say, you can do it either way. If you know you're about to work on a new feature, or you're going to be doing stuff, then you can go ahead and create the branch up for front if you want. But it's if you do the work inside main, you can always create the branch after the fact. So
okay,
I don't know
so
how,
then
if you want to pull out, yeah, you'll lose what you got. So I don't know however you want to do it.
I don't feel like it's let me see here where I'm at. Okay, I'm on main. What I'm gonna do is get this. Let me start the server. You know what I'm gonna do is break that guy out. The server's still running. Okay. All right, so let me log out, see what I got here. Okay, let me sign up and see what I got here. So the first thing to do is that sign up, and that was.
So we need to go ahead and add our validations back in if we didn't, because you did that in the other branch, right?
Yeah. And so that was in the, hold on. Okay, that was in the user's controller.
So I'm going to put this in Slack for you.
That was in the user's controller. We put that validation.
That was in the user model.
User model. Yeah. So then this is where we got rid of the show. Put this guy in here.
And then also look in Slack and grab that code, and let's do. So yeah, it looks like I guess the way to do it, at least not for now, we'll do it that way, is put the uniqueness validation on the email field, and we'll do that inside the model.
Okay, so you want me to go into Slack and grab that out of there?
I just pasted a line of code in there.
Okay.
You can just put that on a separate line, and then remove email from.
And then get email out of here. Huh?
Yeah, remove email from there because we're doing it on that second line. Okay, so and all that says is, hey, we're requiring that first line says, you know, we're requiring the presence of first name and last name, and then the second one says for the email field specifically, we're requiring presence and it has to be unique.
Okay. So this is.
And just again, my own little bugaboo from a formatting standpoint, just go ahead and remove that space. And I mean, as we add more stuff
here, there,
well, between the two validates
here,
yeah, because what we'll do is as we add more validations, you'll sort of have a section. In fact, if you want to go right above that, put a space and then put a comment and just say validations. Yeah, and then, you know, assuming that as the app grows, we'll probably have more validations. We'll do. You'll have a validation section where you sort of have all that stuff.
Okay.
Okay. And then so then now go in and add your first name and last name fields to your sign up form.
Okay.
And I'm going to step away for a sec.
Yep. Mm. Okay, so here's logged in. And then here's your sign up page.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we'll sign up here.
And go ahead and leave maybe one of those blank.
Okay.
Okay. And let's see, last name can't be blank. Okay.
I'll never remember how to spell that.
Password can't be blank. That's good.
Okay.
Now try to sign up as that same user, and let's check out our uniqueness validation.
So then if you want me logged in to do that, or you want me to?
No, although that'd be a test you could run, but no, I want to make sure, I want to make sure that a user can't sign up twice with the same email. Okay, good.
There you go.
All right, while we're in there, let's go ahead and add a password. Well, let's do this. Let's add a password complexity, but we'll comment it out just because it's easier for the testing we're doing right now. But so Google Rails password complexity. And you know what I like, so. And let's see what the first answer is. Yeah, go down. Okay, I like that. Let's see, what does it say? Must include one uppercase, lowercase. Yeah, that's good enough for now. So go ahead and grab that bad boy and paste it in our validations. And then let's just comment it out for now, because at the stage we're at, not right now, we're not worried about it, but it'll be there for us when we're ready to go live. And then you can, and just generally I like to clean up really long statements like this, maybe put a carriage return after the comma there. Yeah. And then let's go ahead and comment out that. Okay. And then what else was I thinking about? Something else was in my head. Okay. Much time we got? Okay. All right, that takes care of that. So let's see, is there
so
okay, right. We're not logged. Well, good. So we're logged out now, right?
We are. Oh, we are now. Yeah. Okay, so let's log in.
I just want to make sure, is our navigation bar responding the way it should, so we know we're logged in, logged out?
Okay, so let's go from sign up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it says, thanks for signing up, and takes us to the login page instead of taking us directly to like the welcome page.
Right. It should go to your console and let's see what it did. So it did
sessions controller new.
So I think it may be the one right. That may be the page that landed on. What? Go up a little bit and go right before that slash. I want to see where we were at slash login. Okay, so there's a submission. So we submitted. Okay, so now go back down now. I want to see what it did after the submission.
Okay. There's the user's controller and create.
Yeah.
It does the create, and then it goes to user, so redirected to that.
So the root. Okay, yeah. So it
should redirect.
It should go to slash welcome, I think.
And that's where we're here. Is that right?
Well, that's the routes. We want to look at the controller. That's after the. So what's the last? That's the create action, I think. So let's look at the create action in the controller.
So the create action. All right. Here.
So redirect instead of root URL, it should go to whatever the welcome URL is or welcome page.
And that's this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was trying to get this going the other day, and I got all twisted up in this thing. So now I should be able to sign up as
So let's see what our
server
console says.
Server's running. So then what we did was first name Jane, test 4. Created at values test.
Yeah, I don't think you can just put sessions welcome in there like that. I don't think that's a valid route.
Okay.
So do something like Rails. You can do Rails routes in the console and see what your valid routes are. And one trick I like to do here is do Rails routes space and then pipe space space grep and then welcome. And that'll show you any line that's got welcome in it, any of the routes. So like what I would do here is welcome path. You can take the route you see over on the left side. Well, let's see. I can't. The formatting is so wacky here. It's hard for me to tell. Yeah. So you can take like the path all the way on the left, which is welcome in this case. You can usually do welcome underscore. You can just put underscore. You can append underscore path to anything you see there, and it'll give it. And that should be a valid route. So, oh yeah, and your create. So you want to append path to the end of it. So it'd be welcome underscore path. Yeah. And if you do continue there, I think you can do that and it'll resubmit it. Okay, there you go. Okay, let's see what it. And what the server say. I'm not seeing where. Not really seeing what's failing here. If you scroll up, I can't remember if you were refreshing the page. If we're looking at a refresh, I want to see where it actually, where the route failed. Yeah, just go ahead and submit a new one. Let's see what it does. Okay, now go directly to the, and let's go all the way to the end and see. So this was 6, okay. Controller values, create, keep going down. And then welcome. Okay, yeah, see how that URL is malformed there? There's no slash after 3000. So something's not, we're screwing to something up there somewhere. Go back to our create action. I'm assuming it's there. Yeah. Is there another redirect? Looking for another redirect statement there, just so we make sure we're not, our syntax is not jacked. Redirect to, no, that's not. I'm looking for a simpler one than that. I mean, I think welcome path, that'll probably work, but it'd be nice to sort of see it first. Scroll down. Is there anywhere else in that action? Yeah, no, there's not. Okay. Yeah, let's just give that a try. Okay, there we go. So at least we got a little bit farther. Probably what's happening here. Let's go to our routes file and look at what we've got our routes set up as welcome. Okay, I see. So go back to your create method. I think because you put it in quotes, you've got a literal path there. Yeah, I think because you put quote, I think you could remove the quotes. Yeah, I think that would work. Or we could, if you want to put in quotes, you could just put slash welcome in quotes if you wanted to. But let's stick with the welcome path there, and let's test that out. There we go. All right, that worked. And logged in as Jane. So does that make sense? What we were doing? You're on mute, I think, or at least I can't hear you.
Yeah, sorry. So from the create, the neighbor next door started mowing his yard, so I muted. Sorry. So from the create, once we hit the sign up button, it calls this action. This action makes the new user. Mm-hmm. If the user is saved, the user is given were assigned a user ID and then were redirected to the welcome path.
Yeah, but I mean, you saw the issue
Welcome
with
path.
the quotes versus not
Yes.
having quotes. Yeah, I mean, we could have, if we in quotes, if we just wanted to put / welcome, we could have done that, which is just a literal string path, as opposed to using this welcome path method actually calls the route that's set up in the routes.rb file.
Okay. So if I was to follow it like this, putting that quote welcome, it would work as well.
It would. I mean, I think the only advantage.
But the welcome path allows Rails to do what Rails does, right?
Yeah,
That's
and if you go in, and if you go to change the path here in the routes file, if it ever changes, then you just stick with that welcome _ path, and it would still work.
Yeah.
You know, if you're using the Rails configuration rather than a
yeah.
literal string.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Let's log out. So let's make sure the navigation bar. So if we log out, it's there, and if we go to log in, and then
see, it's keeping it now here.
Log in as that user. I mean, I think that's just a local web browser cookies or something.
Okay.
The session was saved there. Okay, so we're okay there. Okay, I think that's probably. I'm trying to think anything else validations wise. So we got a password we added, although we commented out, which is fine. All right, so I think the next step is going to be. I mean, there's a couple of different ways to go. I think the next step should be that. And if you go to /users now, we can see all used. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to do. So yeah, go to /users here. Yeah, and then if you do log out, can we still see /users? I think we can. Yep. So let's go ahead and put users behind authentication. And that'll be a good stopping point. And I think we do that by, I don't know, dude. Hey, have you got an idea?
So there's going to be a controller here, and I'm going to go into my sessions controller because that's where I want it to check. No.
So we're trying to what is the action that we want to add authentication to? How about that? So if you go back to your web browser and look at that view, so this is the view that we want to hide. We want to ensure that someone's authenticated before they see this view. So what action, what controller and action is this view associated with?
So the user's view, let me look in the code here. So this view and this controller. So on this user's controller, so the user's controller is showing this view.
Yes, and specifically what action?
At this index.
Okay, right.
The index action.
Index is what we want to. We want to control that index
action here.
Action, and we want to add authentication to that view, or to that action, I should say. And the way we do that is go ahead and pull up your applications controller. We've got a method there that I think we can use. We got a helper method that we created called authorize, right?
Okay.
And what we can do is add a before, I think, let's see if it works. We should be able to add a before action to our user's controller and only apply it to the index action. So we can do before action authorize. And this is one of those sort of Rails magic thing, and then only, and then let's add index. And I feel like we need a colon maybe in front of, it should be a symbol. So in front of index. Yeah, let's do that. And should just be able to refresh and it'll show us that. There you go. Good. So now we've just added this.
Wow, okay.
It's just that easy to add authentication to a particular view. And now just to test that out, yeah, go ahead and log in as a user, then try to go to /users. Yeah, see, so we can get to it now. Okay, so the next thing we'll want to do
log
is
out, get the not authorized. Wow, yeah, that's cool.
So that's all we've done, and so generally all that authorization is done at the controller level. We could have done something in the view if we'd have wanted to, and said, if current user. I mean, there's all kinds of little tricks that you can do, but generally it's just done at that's what that authorized method in the application controller is for. It's in the application controller, so we can call authorized anywhere in the app. And what we can do is just stick it inside the controller. And it's best to do it at that controller level because you're really limiting the data ever making it to the view. So the next thing we'll want to do is filter users based on current user, and such that I think the way to do it would be, so I think your goal should be to, when you go to /users, go ahead and go to /users there.
I'm gonna put a sticking link on that page. So.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, for testing purposes, when you're doing like at this stage, it might be good to up in your navigation bar if you just want to stick a user's link or something like that, just to save yourself time.
Yeah.
I think the goal here is when you go to /users, you should only see the current user should only see their user listed there. That would be a good goal. Now we'll go in and clean that up later, because there's probably no reason for recruits, once we're in production, there's no reason to sort of have a /users view. But what I'm getting at is we'll probably link that /users view to the profile view. That's why I was thinking let's not bother fixing it right now, because probably what we'll do is make it such that when you go to underscore profile, essentially you'll see the show view for the individual user, and then we can have an edit link on that page, and if they want to edit or update their information, they can. But possible Google searches would be, let's see. I'm just thinking Rails, filter based on user might be a good one. Rails auth from scratch. Filter based on current user. Those are some things that'll give you some ideas. And then the other thing, let me see real quick if my GitHub, I've got a auth from scratch. Let's see. Let's see if I'm filtering data. Yep. Controllers. Yeah, I'm not really doing it there. So I'll just leave you with that. And I'll probably, what I would do is commit, like the changes you've got here, I would go ahead and commit those to main, just so they're in there, or, put them in a branch. I mean, since we coded this together, you don't need me to review it. So I would just stick it in a branch and then go ahead and merge that into main.
Okay.
And I may do some work on the branch too, but if you get to it before me, then that's fine. And as I said, I added a mail. I need to tie that in. I need to finish that up. I added a mail. I added a mailer to the user model, such that when somebody signs up, they get a notification email. And like I said, once the wiring is in place there, you can pretty easily sort of look at that code, and we can add notifications based on other things.
Okay.
All righty.
Yeah. When you said you put the mailer in there, I was, I'd like to take some time to go over that. We don't
Well, go
necessarily
look.
need to do
Yeah,
it.
I mean, and if you want to go,
Yeah.
if you want to go look and let me know if you have questions. Hey, have you done mailing? Have you covered mailing at all on the rails?
No.
There's a
Yeah, no.
generator for it, just like the other stuff we do, and it's
Okay.
fairly. I mean, the Rails does a pretty good job of. I mean, there's a couple of moving parts. There's some part of me that's always felt like it's just slightly more complicated than what it needs to be, but
Well,
I've talked to other people who've done mailing in other frameworks, and I think Rails does as good a job as you can do with it. So,
okay.
alrighty.
Awesome.
Alrighty, and then if we have some more time later this week, I may ping you, and if our schedules can match up, we'll do some more pairing.
Awesome. Yeah, I took your advice on last Friday, and told them guys, hey man, you got me working late here.
Yeah,
so I'm
for
with
real,
you.
especially
right.
especially on a Friday.
On a Friday with good weather? Wait a minute, hold up. We're going about this wrong.
Hey, I'm that way from May to September. Yeah, if it's after three, it's after 3 o'clock, you know.
Yeah. All
okay.
right. If I don't talk to you then, enjoy your weekend. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.